Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to change out a broken back brake to an SX500 Razor battery powered dirt bike. So you've seen some of the other videos. If not, look in the description below. There's a couple videos down there about changing out batteries and things like that. So I think we changed out batteries, we changed out a back disc thing for one of the other bike that we have. So I think this is the 500, we have a 650 as well. So, but ordered a new back brake that actually is green that matches this bike. This one took a little while to get here. This came from China. So I'm gonna see how this actually works, but really this was about a third of the price. I'll put a link in the description below where I got this as well, so you guys can take a look at it as well. It comes in a lot of different colors, but this one, because it actually is a green bike, really kind of cool. If it works, I wish I would have ordered two and swapped out the front two because they look kind of fancy and I like them. But so I'm going to show you how to quickly switch this out. It's really about using Allen wrenches and and it looks like we're going to need to use pliers. So you can see ours just popped all the way apart. So this is supposed to be on here and it doesn't. It's not there. So we're going to have to take out and basically loosen. First thing we're going to do is loosen this cable line here. Take that off, and this piece all comes off because it's broken. Then there's two other screws that really just kind of screw all the way through to the brake. So we want to make note of what we're doing here because we got to do the same thing to get this thing back together again. So take one of these out, set it aside. Second one, take out, set it aside. Now this whole piece comes off. So one thing I noticed real quick is that they made this hole super small. So I don't want to take the end off this because then I won't have it'll be really hard to get, it'll start fraying and things like that. So I'm going to try to use pliers here and just kind of fit it through there by rounding it just a little bit on this. Hopefully I can get it to get through there. Okay, so this little piece, actually when I loosened it a little bit, it really just popped right off. So I'm going to try to get that back on after I get this whole brake back assembled and put back together. So step one is figuring out how the heck I got the thing off. Okay, step one is really, it came with new screws and everything. You can see these screws are here. So I'm just going to loosen them all the way because they got to come all the way off. So I'm going to do that. So then you're going to need to fit this basically over this section right here. That's where your caliper is. That's your actually brake pad that's in there right there. You see the black in there. So I'm going to fit that over this back side, and then hopefully if it fits in there, and it should. Okay, so let's try to get one screw in here and then we'll try to manipulate the other one in the spot it needs to go in. Okay, so that's step one, is to really get that in place there. Okay, now step two is to get this second screw in place. So I'm going to roll this forward. Hopefully this lines up the way I need it to. And then I'm just going to loosen this a little bit so I can shift it. And in theory, this will line up. Okay, so I got both of these put in, so it's nice and tight there. And that should be in the way we want it to be. So now this is going to be reattaching the front cable line. And like I mentioned, just so this doesn't fray, I'm going to put this aluminum piece back on here if I can. And just shove it in there so it doesn't fray, and then that should be good for that, right? So that's good. Then this is how you tighten the line down on this. It's a little bit different than the original. The original one had this piece on it, and then it clipped under it like that, and then you tightened it, and that's how you tightened it. Yeah, so this one's a little bit different. So what they want you to do with this one is, I'm going to take this back off. They want you to like basically feed it through the back piece of this So I'm going to feed it through. There's a hole. So if you loosen this bolt, actually, you know what? I'll pull it out so you can see it. Hopefully it doesn't damage anything. So it's got a hole on the back side of it, right? So you're going to feed this wire through there and then tighten down on it on the front bolt side. So that's what's going to give you your tension on your back brake. So as you can see, I already got a frayed wire. That's why I hate this kind of wiring, but it is what it is. So I'll twist it kind of back together again. Feed it through that hole. Pull it tight. Put my bolt back on there, or my nut. And then I'm going to tighten it all down so that the brakes work, so you can pull the brakes. So that's really what that's going to do. And then I'll put this little piece back on there to hopefully keep it from fraying more. There we go. And then my thing's got a little crimper on it, so I'm just going to crimp it. There we go. And that, once we tighten it up, then we're going to give it a test ride. So I got to tighten this down a little bit further, but then that should be it. And then we'll pull the brake, and that should make this caliper work. Okay, so then the only thing we had to do was we fed that through, we tightened this down. The only thing is that, you know, the paint's not super good on this. Guess you can't get really good powder coating in China. I don't know. But make sure this is lined up. This is really flush in here. Pull any excess brake line you have from the top, and then tighten this down. And then, if you pull the brake, which my son will do here, now that will, you can see it just kind of pulls up on it, which tightens the caliper onto your disc braking, and then you're good to go. Okay, so that's how you quickly replace the back brake of this. It's really pretty easy. It's Allen wrenches, maybe a pliers, and one little wrench just to tighten this bolt down, but you can do it by hand for most of it. But that's really it. I do find with this one that the brake itself is a little bit more stiff for the child to pull, and it doesn't slide to a stop. Now, you can make some adjustments and probably get it to slide to a stop, but I mean, frankly, if it stops, I'm good with it because they're ruining the back tires by sliding to the stop. You can see that this one's almost smooth. So I'm good with it just kind of stopping, not sliding to a stop, but stopping the way it should, just quickly. But other than that, it works really well, and it was about half the price of getting a brake in the States or from Razor. So that's really it. Subscribe, look below, and we'll see you next time. Thanks much.